Regan Smith is now a double world record holder in the 100 backstroke. She, of course, took the long course 100 backstroke world record back from Australia's Kayla McEwen at the US Olympic trials this past summer. Well, during the second stop of the Swimming World Cup, we saw these two athletes trade the world record once more, this time in the short course version of the event. Less than a month ago, McEwen broke the short course world record for the first time, unleashing a 54.56 to break Mina Atherton's 5-year-old world record of 54.89. McEwen would swim the first day of the first stop at the Swimming World Cup in Shanghai. On that first day, she picked up a win in the 50 back over Smith, as well as a third place finish in the 100 IM. After that first day, McEwen ended up withdrawing from the rest of the series, but that didn't mean the backstroke races would be uneventful, far from it. The next day, Regan Smith tied Atherton's former world record time of 54.89, and that swim came just hours after Gretchen Walsh also won a 54.89 at the Virginia, Florida short course meters dual meet. That's right, there is now a 3-way tie for the second fastest swim ever, as well as a 2-way tie for the American record. In some post-race interviews after Shanghai, Smith mentioned that she was still not used to the timing of her turns in short course meters, as it's been a very long time since she's raced in that format. This led many to believe that she could maybe go even faster as the series went on. Well, on day 2 of the second stop in Incheon, South Korea, Regan Smith would end that tie. She blasted a 54.41 to topple McEwen's world record in the event, taking the mark down by 15/100ths. Regan Smith now owns both the long course and short course meters world records in this event. Looking at the splits between Smith's new world record and McEwen's former record, we can see how Smith managed to chip away at it. On the first 50, she is out slightly faster, flipping 200ths under world record pace for it to be basically dead even. But then on the second 50, Smith starts to increase the difference. Impressive considering McEwen is well known for a strong back half. It's another small but impactful difference that does what it needs to do in order to propel Smith into world record territory. And if we compare Smith's world record splits to her swim from last week, we can see a change in strategy that allowed her to improve that back half. She was out a bit faster in Shanghai, flipping in a 26.59, but Regan Smith used that slightly slower opening to come roaring home over half a second faster this time around, preventing the world record line from catching her. On the final day of the second stop, Smith continued inching closer to another McEwen world record, this time in the 200 back. Smith also won this event in Shanghai, touching first in a 2:00:42, which is pretty quick, but a ways off of McEwen's world record of 1:58.94. But now in Incheon, Smith has made a big leap in the right direction, as she won the event yet again with a 1:59.60, which is also a new American record. Just like in the 100 backstroke, most of Smith's improvements came in the second half of the race. She was faster on all 4 50s, but while her first 2 50s had improvements of just a few hundredths, her second 2 50s had much bigger drops. Between a world record in the 100 back and a very fast 200 back, Regan Smith now finds herself leading in the overall World Cup standings. Her teammate Kate Douglas narrowly led Smith in the rankings to win the Shanghai stop, beating out Smith by just 1/10 of a point. Now Smith has won the Incheon stop by 2/10, meaning that she now has just a single 10th lead in the overall standings over Douglas. Who do you think will win the overall Women's World Cup, Regan Smith or Kate Douglas? And do you think Smith will be able to crack McEwen's world record in the 200 back in Singapore? Let me know down below.